Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about the FP Gamechanger insoles. So it's the ones that I have right here. Now I've had these insoles since the end of June, about around the end of June of last year. So I had these guys for quite a while, and I've used them for both skating and just walking around. Now, starting off with just the general construction of it, it's a very weird insole, like very weird feeling. It's only 5 millimeters thick, so it's not very thick per se. When you put it in your hand, it's just like weird because this is kind of flimsy, not really flimsy, but you can bend it. While the middle here is pretty stiff. When you get it in the box, it comes with just like this, with a padding around the ball of the feet and an optional heel cushion. Now I would definitely use the heel cushion. You just peel off the adhesive, line it up with the arch of the insole, and you just stick it on. But eventually that adhesive wears out pretty fast, so you just kind of hope that it stays on, you know? And if it comes off, just kind of line it up, push it into your shoe, and it should stay in place. Now the instructions say to line it up with your stock insole and then cut it to the shape of that. But I didn't find I have to do it. I could just slip it into the shoe and it fits. It also says to put it in the oven and all that to warm it up, and then to mold it to your feet. I did exactly what it did, follow the instructions, and that's definitely a very necessary step to take, because you don't do that baking step, then the shoe's gonna feel very, very weird. Now the first shoe that I used for it was the Converse Cons Chuck Taylors. Now it's already a very thin shoe, just on the sides and on the bottom as well, and the insole that it comes with isn't very good. It's all floppy, flimsy, and it's thin. Now when I put the insoles in, not much changed per se. Now the shoe still felt very thin, and that's just the shoe construction itself. As for the insole, it's a very firm and hard feeling insole. It's not soft, so if you like soft insoles, I will look elsewhere. The thing is, this insole, despite it feeling very weird, it provided a bunch of protection and support. Now, I'm one that seems to have lower back problems, and I need a really supportive insole or a supportive shoe to like help me not hurt as much. And these shoes seem to do the job. The insoles, I mean. The insoles did the job. Now, since it formed to the shape of my foot, I just had like the support I needed. I have about low to medium arch, and it worked with these insoles. Now, as for the impact protection, it's very weird because for being such a thin insole, you wouldn't expect it to have this much impact protection. Now, those videos of them dropping eggs and bowling balls onto the insoles, I don't think that's a gimmick. I've never tried because I don't want to risk breaking an egg, but this is how it feels. So you're going to feel the impact of the of your fall or whatever, if you're doing stairs, transition, whatever. I don't do stairs that much, but I do a lot of like transition where I'm trying to do a boneless and I have to like jump out of it and land hard on my feet. Now you're gonna feel that impact, but the recovery time is like super fast. It's sped up. Like you feel the impact, ow, okay, that kind of hurts. Then after like 5-10 seconds later, you just feel all better. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but that's really how it feels. And that felt really good compared to like, let's say, an Ultra Cush insole from Vans, where you'll feel the impact, and then you still have to recover a bunch and just like sit out for a good while before you can skate again. Now I didn't find that to be the thing with the Game Changers, so I think that's like a really big plus of them. It's just that really fast recovery time after an impact. Now I found the Converse just to be too thin for my liking, as the insole didn't fix how thin it was. So then I moved on to the Vans Rowan Pros, and it's such a big, comfy shoe. You know, gives you a lot of space and cushioning and all that. It's not very thin like the Converse is. So I put in the insole, and it felt weird because this shoe was definitely designed around such a thick pop cush insole. So when you slip into a thin insole, it feels like there's a bunch of space inside the shoe when there really isn't. So I would keep that in mind if you're trying to put it in a shoe like this. But the performance was the exact same as I described before. Supportive, good impact protection and recovery time. And just the added benefit of this comfy shoe, like its construction, really enhanced the performance of the insole. Not much of performance, but it made it feel nicer. Now, after this, I broke my leg, and I can't do that much skating, but I did put it into a slip-on shoe, a Converse slip-on shoe. Um, just maybe a little hair thicker than the Converse Cons that I just showed, but not by too much. But I'm not doing much skating, it's just mainly walking around and supporting my body with the one leg. Now, this is where the insole really started to fall apart. So I was wearing like a medical boot and in a cast and all that, the whole thing. And what I had to do was really put a lot of weight on this foot with the insole, and like stand on it, walk around, to really put strain off my other foot. And then that's where it started to really hurt my feet. It just felt like my arch wasn't being supported, and that the insole was flattening out for some reason because I was putting all my weight on this one foot. So I didn't like it for that. I eventually just switched to Timberland boot and a Soliver boots for much better support instead of insole skate shoes like this. So you might notice I've only showed vulcanized shoes. I never actually tried to use it with a cupsole shoe because I didn't feel a need to. If you use a cupsole shoe, like you invest in a very good one instead of a gimmicky one, you'll find that you wouldn't need to replace anything in it. The ones I used were the Lakai Manchester XLKs and the Lakai Newport XLKs. And those were fine. I definitely would have replaced the insole if I felt like I needed to, but I just didn't. The thing is with vulcanized shoes, is that it just has a very thin outsole, pretty much doesn't have an midsole, and then insole has to be super like thick or supportive or whatever to really make up for the jobs of the outsole and the midsole, the ones that they aren't doing. While with a cupsole, you have the good outsole, a good midsole, and a good insole that just work together to make a much better shoe performance. And you know, Vans Pro Pop Cush tries to do that by making the insole super thick and like firm. And these insoles do the same exact thing. They try to do the job of all three of those elements. Now, just for generally walking around, those weren't too good for it either, in my opinion. Let's be honest, skate shoes are not good for anything else other than skating. Like walking around, yeah, you might want to get it like a boot or something. Anyways, today I walked for about a 3-4 mile walk using authentic highs and these insoles, and my feet were definitely hurting by the time I got home. The insole just didn't feel supportive, like arch felt weird, and it just wasn't a good time all around. My lower, of course, I still had that arch support. My lower back still felt fine, but just the fact that it was uncomfortable to walk, I wouldn't get those insoles for anything other else than skating. Now, to be fair, I think it's also because these insoles are at the end of their lifespan. I read somewhere that the lifespan of these insoles are about 5 months, and I believe I owned them around that much time or maybe a bit longer, but I can't seem to find where I got that information from. It might be on the box that it came with, but I'm not sure. So take that as you will. So it costed me around, around $52 for the insoles itself and for shipping and tax. I don't know if I would try these again. So before I broke my leg, I moved on to skating cupsole shoes. They just felt a lot better, get way more than I pay for, and just a much more supportive shoe overall. While for vulcanized, I'm getting a lower quality shoe that don't fit my needs at the same price of a cupsole. So what's the point, But if I ever do feel like I want to skate vulcanized shoes again, then I'll probably get these insoles again, And, the design doesn't matter. No one's gonna see it because it's in your shoe. That's pretty much all I have to say about these insoles. I hope this helped you guys out. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Anyways, have a happy new year, and I hope you guys do well. See you later.